everybody, this is Mr. Maurer, Assistant Principal, grades 5 through 8 at the Academic Center. I'm going to show you real quickly how our arrival process for car riders is going to work. No matter which way you're going on Bainbridge, you're going to come in through the entrance right here by the North Ridgeville City School sign. And due to the high school not being in session on the days that the Academic Center is in session, we're going to use the entire drop-off area over here. So once you turn in from Bainbridge Road, you're going to follow the road all the way down to the stop sign, and as you can see our building there in the background. And we're going to go around the high school loop. Now, remember, there may be other cars here, so it might not be as smooth as it looks with me driving. But we are going to utilize the whole area here. One thing that I'll let you know is we're going to allow students to start coming into the building at 7:35. Because we understand that for social distancing purposes, it's going to be an elongated process for arrival. So you're going to make a right when you come to the stop sign, and as soon as you come over here, you're going to immediately turn left in front of the high school, and you are going to drive all the way around the high school loop. Now, I'm going to stop right here. Let's say that the traffic's backed up a little bit and you kind of stop right here. You are to let your student out right here, and they're going to start the, like I said, they're going to start the process of arrival right at 7:35. So even if the weather, is a little bit inclement, they're not going to be outside very long. So whenever you stop is kind of when you're going to let the student out. So this way we can kind of keep the car line moving the best that we can. If you're able to continue going, you're going to go all the way around the high school loop, back to the street you just came from, and you're going to make a right at this stop sign. And this will take you right in front of the media center entrance of our building. So if you're lucky enough to make it all the way over here, as soon as you get to the media center entrance, you can drop your student off. We're going to show in a little bit exactly where the students are going to line up once they get out of the car onto the sidewalk. But once you drop your student off, you're going to come through here. This is where the teacher parking lot, where the staff parks for the day, and you are going to exit through the parking lot and back out on the Bainbridge. So here's the initial road we drove in on for the arrival process. We're back out onto Bainbridge and heading home. I'm going to show you a little bit about how the drop-off procedure is going to go for students. So when a student gets dropped off, no matter if it's here, down there, or all the way around the high school loop, they're going to walk to the next open space. So what we're going to use, if you look down at the sidewalks, right where the sidewalk breaks are 6 feet apart. So students are going to begin lining up on the sidewalk breaks all the way up until the building. So this is the next open spot. I'm waiting right here. The next student behind me, and all the way down following the high school loop. We're going to have two entrances for students once 7:35 hits. The first one is going to be right here at the media center doors, and the next one, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, is just on the other side of the building here. So we want to try to get the students in as quickly as possible, but also being as safe as possible, and really adhering to that 6 feet social distancing. When students at 7:35, once we start letting them into the building, they're going to go. It's not going to be one at a time, but we're going to have a very nice procedure to get them in so that they're maintaining that social distance at all times. So as I mentioned for arrival earlier, we're using this whole area here all the way around the high school loop. And as I mentioned, at 7:35, we're going to let students into the building, and there's going to be two entrance points for them. One is the media center entrance, which was shown earlier, and the next entrance is right here on this side door with the number 24 above it. This will be open at 7:35, so the students over here can begin going in through that door, and the students more closer to the stop sign can start coming in through the media center entrance. So we want to make sure students are getting into the building in a timely manner while also maintaining social distancing. For arrival and both dismissal, we know that we have students that are walking from home. When they are walking, we do have a crossing guard right here that monitors not only this side during arrival and dismissal, but she's also watching this side as well, because we know we're going to have students coming from both ways. And we want to make sure students are safe the whole time and they're staying on the sidewalk. At dismissal time, we also have Officer Trampush here helping not only with the crossers, but directing traffic, making sure everybody is safe. So students, when they're walking, are either going to wait here if they're coming to school, or here if they're leaving school, until the crosser comes in the middle of the road to stop traffic and allows them to cross. Talk to you about the dismissal process. So if you are picking up your students after school, very similar to the arrival process, you're going to come in off of Bainbridge here, and we're going to utilize, again, the entire high school loop and to the front of our building. The students are going to start walking out of the building with their teachers, and they're going to have them lined up. So they're going to be 6 feet apart, social distance. And when you come in, when you get to the stop sign, you're going to make a right. We're going to make a couple stops just so I can kind of explain how the process works. So our goal is to keep the traffic flowing the best that we can, but please bear with us as we work through it, knowing that there's going to be some kinks that we need to work out. So you come around the high school loop here, and the very first spot that you can park in within this area, you're going to stop. So there'll be let's say there's a car in front of me here. I'm going to stop, and I'm going to make sure that there's enough space in between myself and the car in front of me so that when my student gets in the car, I'm able to go around that car and get out. What we want to do is we want to keep the traffic flow as soon as possible. So if your student is way up there and you're parked here, it's okay for them to wait, because we're going to have students get in the cars as soon as possible. So as soon as the line starts moving, you start moving. So let's say that my student's right here. I park, my student gets into the car, I'm going to go around the car in front of me, and I'm actually for a little bit going to be driving on the opposite side of the street. And we will have Officer Frank Trampush, our school resource officer, outside here helping direct traffic. And once we get to here, we make a right to the front of our building and again out through the parking lot. So we're going to have a lot of staff members out here. We're going to have our school resource officer helping to direct traffic. Let's say that you are up here picking up your student. Again, you're parking, your student's coming to the car. We're going to do our best to help find the cars as soon as possible. Once they get into the car, like I said, make sure there's enough room between yourself and the car in front of you, so when your student gets in, you're able to go around that car. Again, you'll be on the opposite side of the road for a little bit, and then you're going to make a right, or a left here, through the staff parking lot and again out to Bainbridge. One of the things to remember when we're doing this is, because we have two different days, an A-day schedule and a B-day schedule for our students, there's not going to be as many students in school those days, so we can socially distance appropriately. It should help with the arrival and dismissal process if you're picking up your students. So again, through the parking lot here, and then you're going to make a right, and you're going to be right back out onto Bainbridge. Now, at the end of the day, for the dismissal process, teachers are going to walk the students out of the building that are car riders or walkers, and they're going to proceed out of these doors. They're going to come down, and they're going to go to the left here. We're going to be maintaining social distancing the best we can, and what the students are going to do is when they turn left, they're going to immediately look for your car. If your car is right here, then I'm going to get right in the car, and you're going to head on home. If they do not see their parent right away, they're going to continue walking all the way down, making a left here at the sidewalk and around the high school loop. So if my parent is not here yet, I'm going to end up all the way on the other side of the high school loop, and when my parent gets there, I will get in their car to go. As they are walking, their parents may be here, their parents may be down there. As soon as they see their parents, they can veer off from the group and they can get into the car. So we want to make the dismissal process as quick as possible while also keeping the students safe while they're out here.